Howdy, small fries, and welcome back. This is part 2 of my Snom's only run on daddyless behavior. If you haven't seen the first part, it's not a big deal. The order isn't super important here. It's a Pokemon game, you played a million of them, you watched a million of them, you know how it goes by now, but a real quick rundown. This is a Snom only run. Snom is adorable, but also the worst Pokemon in Scarlet because of its low base stats. It's awful typing, very common weaknesses like 4 times damage from rock and fire and 2 times from flying and steel, with its only advantages being that it's strong to some very powerful types. Except Snom's stats are so weak, it'll go second most of the time, and its stats are very low. It only knows Powder Snow, Struggle Bug, and doesn't learn anything from leveling. Both attacks are 50 or less, but at least they're the cutest little jelly bean ever. When I left off the last video, we were in a bit of a conundrum. I wanted this series to be only one Snom, but due to Team Star bases requiring at least 3 Pokemon to enter, I couldn't do that. So I asked you all at home. Since I have to have at least 3 Snoms to even be allowed to fight Team Star, should I skip Team Star? Should I limit myself to 1 Snom outside of Star bases? Or should I allow myself 3 Snoms for the rest of the game now? So, what is the fate of Snomlet Jr., Snorman, and Snomageddon? With an overwhelming majority of 113 votes, we have... keep all 3 on the team permanently. If you were excited for the idea of an absolute Snomsage fest, then you got what you wanted. You might be bummed if you voted for one of the others, but don't feel too bad. With 16 major fights, all having Snom's weaknesses, there will be even more casualties. My thought is if 1 Snom has an oopsie, then I don't see how 2 more is going to make a big difference here. I've since leveled up and EV trained the Snom trio, and good news everyone. I went out searching for Bug Buzz. Turns out you can get it as soon as you're able to fight Katie. So I could have had this 90 power bug attack from the very beginning and prevented so much farming and oopsies. If you didn't know, this is the strongest attack that Snom can use, besides Terra Blast. Terra Blast being a very close second, but it matches the Terra type of the Snom, making it more versatile. So it's not the strongest move, or the strongest bug move that Snom can learn, but it's the strongest ice move and other type moves that we'll get. We'll only get 1 copy of this attack, so for now, I taught it to Snomageddon, since they have the highest special attack and speed, and they have bug Terra typing. This means that my Snom army is now well, not unstoppable, but they're infinitely more well, they're not really terrifying either, but you should definitely watch out, bucko, because those snowballs will dance on your graves after a bunch of farming and being at least 15 levels higher than you. Now that brings us to challenging Giacomo, the Dark Team Star member who has more Steel types than Dark. If you don't know how these fights work, you have a time limit to defeat the required amount of Team Star Pokemon, then you fight the leader. Combat is simplified though, we just auto battle until we need to heal up, but we won't need to heal. We don't have to worry about losses at all actually, because in this section I think it goes by Pokemon's level, not stats. So the Snarmig comes out unscathed. This minigame sucks, by the way. It's just another one in a long line of baffling game decisions made by Game Freak for Scarlet. Another weird tacked-on minigame we'll never see in Pokemon again. I think because they made the trainer battles optional, they made grunt trainer battles non-existent to keep with that theme. Anyway, we beat the grunts untouched, and the cowards call out Big Boss Giacomo. Giacomo is the DJ with the Yu-Gi-Oh hair. First, he sends out his only Dark type. I guess this would be his namesake, a single Pawniard. We of course quickly dispatched of it with Snomageddon's Bug Buzz. Giacomo's next Pokemon is his car Reveroom. Reveroom is a Steel Poison type, but its second typing actually matches whatever the typing is for that specific leader. Since the only Ice portion of Snom is weak to Steel, we Terra into Bug type and use Bug Buzz. It doesn't give us type advantage, but it negates double damage from Ice's Steel weakness. Not that it matters, because Reveroom uses Metal Sound, lowering our SP defense, and we wipe the floor with our boosted Bug Buzz, sticking to the plan of winning with just 1 Snom. This is about where our streak of easy fight ends, and it's nothing but an uphill climb from here, as we now have a few difficult fights. A fight with Pneumonia, Iono, who was another Nuzlocke ender for me, Mela, then Earthworm. Pretty much all of these fights have type advantage in some form, or in legally distinct Gargura's case, just a tough team. Plus side is our reward from Giacomo with some more TMs, 2 of which will be pretty helpful. We have the ability to craft Bug Buzz and Icy Wind now. Icy Wind only does 55 damage, but it lowers a Pokemon's speed stats. We aren't really using it for the slow though. Snoms can't survive a drawn out fight, so stat lowering isn't in the cards for us unless we can get a freeze off first, which is like flipping a coin. We're mostly using it as it's a direct upgrade to Powdered Snow. I decided to farm for these later. For now, I'm feeling a little ill, so that must mean Pneumonia is here. Thankfully, she only has 1 problem Pokemon for us, and it's her first. It's Rockruff, and I've been noticing a pattern. It seems like the first out never uses a move Snom is weak to, so we should be fine. but it didn't matter because we are faster than Rockruff this time. Next is Pommy. It's okay though. This time it won't terrestrialize, so we one-shot it again. Bongwater the Florigato will be trouble if it's faster than us, but we have 4 times damage with Bug Buzz. Same thing, different day, Terra and Bug Buzz. And we outspeed and one-shot. Snomageddon takes the life of yet another. Mash through Pneumonia's Loser Talk, and it's time for 1v1 VTubers only fight after another dumb mini-game. Howdy, small fries. It's me, the latest and greatest pint-sized powerhouse in the shrimp VTubing scene, Sarah Proto. Iono wanted to take me on streamer style, so let's do this. First, we're going to skip all this boring minigame that she took so long to set up for us, and while this minigame is in the background, are there any other Pokemon challenges you'd like to see me try? They're pretty fun, and you're helping me get better at the game. Oh wow, I totally forgot there's actually trainer fights in this minigame, so finally we got some action. Let's get back to hitting them with the 1-2 punch. The like and subscribe. I hate myself. Wowzer guys, there's another. What should I do? Bug Buzz. Ooh, spicy. 2 Pokemon and Bug Buzz. I almost started sweating. This game is too much for my aging heart. Maybe I'm too old for this VTuber business. Guess it's time for the real fight. I wonder what kind of wacky Pokemans Iono has in store for me. They should have made Iono a water-type gym so that they could make a pun about her being the streamer. Wow, look at that. All 3 of her fans are here. You already know my strategy here. Bug Butt, Psych, Powder Snow, and a one-shot. Now, we do some buzzing. What? It's not one-shot? Okay, I'm a little worried now. If that happens again, we might be in trouble. To be safe, I'm going to Terra and make sure the rest of these are one-shots. It's so funny that I can outspeed her Luxio. Can I get some Fs in the chat? She, of course, puts on her own light show. Make it sparkle, Miss Magus. No! Stop again! Get him, Junior. Get them with powdered... Oh no, confused Ray. You can do it, Snom. Hit the... yourself. That's what I meant. Hit yourself, I guess. Nice one, JR. We take those. Now hit her with powdered snow. Oh, that did nothing. I think we lost this one, chat. Her Terra should end soon. Finish her off, Snorman. Wait. Does Terrestrialize not end? That's okay, keep using Struggle Bug. Only one more hit, Snorman. Do it for Snomageddon. Do it for Snomlet. Finish, Miss Magus. Nice job, Snorman. We win these, and vengeance has been exacted for my other failed Nuzlocke. Just ignore the hundreds of dead Snom bodies. Alright, enough of this VTuber bit. It sucks. Now, as is customary with all VTuber battles, she has to quit, and I get all of her viewers. We didn't win this one with 1 Snom, but I wasn't expecting to win at all, so... I'll take it. The real challenge is upon us. The next fight is a fight that I'm thinking will be very challenging, but it's only 2 Pokemon. We'll outspeed her Torkoal, but her Reverum might be a problem. My only hope is leveling or that Mela whiffs and doesn't use any fire moves. Reverum having 90 speed is tough, even more so if it has speed boost, meaning its speed rises every turn. My highest is 56 and both moves are ones fire is resistant to. Funny, even if I learned Fairy Wind, the only not Ice or Bug move that Snom can learn, fire is still resistant to Fairy type. As usual, Snom can't rely on a long fight, so farming is the only real option, but I'm going to try anyway and hope for the best. First up is the trainer outside. This will give us a small taste of what to expect. We give them the classic one-shot, and we're good. This might not be too bad. You all know how star bases work now, so I'll make this quick. Torkoal lives, of course, and Snomageddon has an oopsie. No need to show everything. You all know how the rest of this is going. I think even with 6 Snoms, or hell, even a Frostmoth or 2, it wouldn't have made a difference. I don't know how many levels I'll need since we have a 34 speed difference with Reverum, which might not be for a long time. Instead of farming for now, we'll go check out some other fights and come back to this later. We are playing an open world game after all. Who says we have to follow it in order? Our next fight is Earthworm, and this one should be easy. But Sarah, Earthworm is a steel type. Well, dear viewer, Snomageddon can Terra type into Bug type, so Snomageddon isn't afraid of steel anymore. Alright, say the line, Bart. Terra, Bug Buzz. You know it. It doesn't one-shot, but that's not the goal. We survived a hit. We hit again, and Earthworm skedaddles. Same old song and dance. 2 turns, but Earthworm is down, and we didn't even heal between fights. We're zooming through these now, and we haven't had to stop and farm for a while. Our next victim is the Water Gym. Our best move is Bug-type, but Kofu's Pokemon aren't weak to any of them. At the same time, Snoms aren't weak to any of Kofu's types. But he does have a Veluza and Wugtrio, who both outspeed all of my Snoms. So we probably should farm. I'd like to beat those with 1 Snom when possible. I snarmed and snoobed my Snom to Snommel 50, So we're ready to use our Snoms to take a second chance at our opponent, Snomella. Let's see if our Snevel Snifty is sn enough to snin. Terra to turn fire into just a 2x weakness, one shot with Bug Buzz. Now for the challenge, Snevisnoom. Snevisnoom is fast and uses a non-damaging attack. Bug Buzz doesn't one-shot, that's fine. We'll just keep playing it back until we win. And we get one shot, even at level 50. I don't think 2 more Snoms will matter, but let's do it. Go get him, Junior. Yep, one shots all around. No need to guess what happens next. Back to snarming. I've already farmed for 4 hours today, so what's another 4? For 1 Snom to win, I think we'd have to hit 90, and for 3, we'd need like level 70. We need to be able to have each Snom survive at least 1 hit if they can't go first. I could use a berry to prevent 1 super effective fire type move on each Snom, but that would short my damage and we wouldn't be able to beat it still. Let's just skip Mela and come back later. The highest rate I'm getting is 3 stars, so leveling is a little bit slow. On with Kofu, the water type gem. This is so silly. I never lose my wallet thanks to today's sponsor, Ridge Wallet. I'm kidding, no sponsors in this video. Now we fight Kofu. By the way, absolutely 100% into this man's vibes and fit. Big fish energy. His first is Veluza, water psychic type, so we hit with Bug Buzz. Is there even another move that exists out there? One shot, of course. Bug Trio is next, plain water type, not even a little ice or lemon wedge. The Bug is a little dangerous because of the speed, but their health is super low, only 35. So anything would win, so we Bug Buzz. We shrug off the headbutt and land out Bug Buzz. For the finale, we have Crabominable. Crabominable? Yeah, Crabominable. What is it? But if the name wasn't enough, what is with this game and ugly Pokemon? There's just so many ugly Pokemon in this game. Typing doesn't matter because it will Terra Ice. So we too Terra and Bug Buzz for max possible damage. One shot again. This was an easy one, and I didn't even need to farm this hard. We can't defeat Mela yet, but good news, Atticus is just sitting right there, literally for free. A completely free Team Star win. But first we have to beat up this small child. They send out Gulpin. I can't make a joke about this because they're a child. Here's a rare one for you, a Bug Buzz that doesn't one-shot. Second shot takes it down, and now all that it's gulping is a tall glass of L's. I made it work. Howdy doodle, it's a Shroodle. We powder snow because I learned my lesson from the first one, same as Gulpin, 2 and done, and we have successfully beat the crap out of a miner. I'm the good guy. We wiped the floor of like a billion poison types, I don't know, I wasn't keeping count. Here comes the free win on 4 wheels, Atticus. First up is the fart Pokemon Skuntank. I'm only talking crap because this is one of Updog's favorites, and I know they'll end up watching this later. Hi Updog, this Pokemon is almost as stinky as you. Bastard gets a lucky crit, one shot, wild. Reverum next, never mind, it's a normal one. Failed the one shot because it's not very effective. Nothing was going to be strong against it though. They one shot the next and the next. It looks like I can't afford to lose Snowmageddon, and the Pokemon who is my biggest threat is actually the Reverums, not the other Pokemon that match the gym leader's typing. I think I also forgot to fill my Terra Ball. Let's try that again. I think it was just that lucky crit's fault. Ignore how I was talking trash about this before. I was being sarcastic the whole time, just playing around, being silly. I put my slowest Snom as leader and saved Snowmageddon for last. This time Skuntank goes for Toxic. Odd choice. We don't know strong moves on our other Snoms, so it's just back to the good old reliable Struggle Bug. Honestly, Snomlet is just fodder. Doing her job, Snomlet has an oopsie, and it's time for Snorman. More Struggle Bug, and now it's Reverum. We have 0 chance of outspeeding it, so we'll swap into Snarmageddon and Terra. We take a hit, and it's not looking good. We might have to skip Atticus for a bit too. Farming is just too annoying with our low-level raids. And with that, we hit the big 25. Even though we Terra Bug, we still take big damage from Reverum despite being 17 levels ahead. Since this isn't a type advantage issue, it can only be solved with more leveling. We won't get to access 4-star raids until our 7th badge, so we have to farm because Larry and Pneumonia would be too much right now. I think I'll just dump all of my candies into Snowmageddon. Getting them all up to the same level is too time consuming. After hours and hours of farming, I got Snowmageddon to 83, and I'm at the point where it might take an entire day to just go up to 90. Snowmageddon can't win fights now, then it might not be possible to win without trading with a friend and then boosting the Snom for you or adding several Snoms of a similar level. Scarlet made leveling so much easier because of the open world and freedom to go pretty much anywhere you want from the start. There are star bases that block you off, but many of these have ways around them by jumping around the environment. But there are still limits, and mostly in the form of Snom's capabilities. Even if the Snom run is possible, I don't think you're going to want to do it. My options of opponents that I have available to me is Mela, Atticus, Pneumonia, Rhyme, Great Tusk, and Pneumonia in Alfrenata. I could very easily beat Alfrenata's Psychic Gym, but I don't know if I could beat Pneumonia there first, so we'll try Atticus, and you know what my strats are by now, so let's just play this out for the 3rd time. That's different. They switched into Muck. Doesn't matter, though. And there we have it, with one Snom. So you can probably do this with a 75 Snom that's EV trained in Bug Terra. I guess we have to get revenge on Mela now. I'd save her for last if I could, but if I can't win at 83, I'm not entirely sure I could ever win. We're 3 times our level, that has to be enough. Holy Snom, we survived that? You're probably thinking, I shouldn't be shocked by this. We're level 83. If we look at the stats of my Snom compared to her Rever Room, we're much closer in power than you might think. Here's what my Snom would look like if they were tied with Rever Room. As you can see, some of these attacks nearly hit the big 200. Even at 83, Snom has 166 HP. With that, we took out our potentially biggest threat, and it's back to playing things in order. Let's go fight Larry and Medali. First, we ordered the Secret Dish, and thankfully it's always the same thing. This is the best minigame in Scarlet because it's entirely optional. Thanks, Internet. Larry is the normal type gym. I don't have advantage or disadvantage, so here's a video of me going Terra and spamming Bug Buzz. Exciting. Wow. Neat. Alright, where's Pneumonia? The only threat on Pneumonia's team is Lycanroc, which I'll outspeed, so here's another quickie for you. With that out of the way, we now have Terra Blast. We have 5 copies, but my plan was that I was only expecting 1 or 2. I'll teach it to the whole Snom gang, but the only one who will actually benefit from it is Junior, since she's Ice Terastallized. Terra Blast does less damage than Bug Buzz, so it wouldn't help Snom-Mageddon, but some extra attacks are still nice. Next battle is Rhyme, and this should be easy because we outspeed all of her Pokemon. We walk into the gym's registration building and get a free lucky egg. Wowzers! I wish I had that sooner! I slap it on Snorman and we keep on keeping on. Before we can fight her, we have to talk to MC Sledge. The MC stands for Moist Critical because, look, like twins separated at birth or something. Wow, I totally forgot this is a mandatory double battle segment, so even if I skip the star bases, we still would have had to double battle Rhyme. We should be fine though. Powder Snow can hit multiple enemies, so the squad will spam Powder Snow. This makes the fights a breeze, even more so since in the final warm-up double battle it's super effective. Free wins. We send Charlie packing, Maybe Pokemon battles aren't his thing. He's a much better YouTuber. Time for our fight, and I have to say, it's an absolute crime that no one voices rhyme. We could have been given so much cringe here, and it's so sad that we didn't get it. We hit these hoes with tons of snow, we'll give her the cold shoulder long before it's over. Looks like the snow was a no-go. Time to tear this lout, and we can see what the bug buzz is all about. Things are looking rough. That Mimikyu is tough. No time for regret. We need to sweep that Banette. R.I.P. So long, MC. That's the wipes we wanted to see. Bring on out that toxicity. I'll stop. I might be purple, but my rhymes are very white. Even with the big boost from the crowd, we still go first and wipe out her toxicity. Remember to dislike this video for my crime against rhymes. Let's take a break from my cringe by ending the video here. We have just 2 gyms, 2 starbases, and 2 titans left. And then we fight the Elite Four. So let's do something fun. Place your bets on what you think is going to make me stop and need to level to 100. Grusha the Ice Twink, Tulip the Psychic Gym, Fairy Starbase, Fighting Starbase, the Great Tusk, or Tatsugiri the False Dragon. Same as last time, thanks for watching, and thanks to my patrons on Patreon and members on YouTube who make chicanery like this fun. So thanks again to Rask, Ver, WildKitty69, Beeve, Jesse for Real, Bait, Cryptid Arthas, Sly, Colorado Blue, Vaderson, Linky, Kit Chimera, and Malding Brick. I'll see you Snoms later.
You